Hey everyone, welcome to the first Basement Bat Rep on our YouTube channel. Today we got a game between Tyranids and Eldar. It's going to be 1500 points. So to start off, let's take a look at the Tyranids army list. So today with the Tyranids I brought Parasite and Mortex. It is a warrior, I know. I don't actually have one modeled yet, so I'm just proxying this one in here. Accompanying him is 15 gargoyles, no upgrades, just stock. Then the Hive Guard. And I brought Old One Eye. I don't normally use Old One Eye, but I figured with the new codex coming out, my last roll for 5th edition version of him, and some Raveners. Then I have 10 Termagants, making this Tervagon a troop's choice. And on the Tervagon I brought Toxin Sacks, and I stuck with the codex powers just to, well, I just want to test them out before the new codex comes out as well. So they have Catalyst, Onslaught, and Dominion. And I have 2 Biovores. Now I brought 2 Zone Throats, so I'm going to be using them more as a backfield synapse roll. I got Iron Arm and Psychic Shriek on the shorter one, and on the taller one I have Endurance and Psychic Shriek. So I found they've been good for sitting back and getting me some backfield synapse, and also clearing out any deep striking troops that come in the back. And of course I brought the Flyrant, 2 Twin Linked Brain Leech Devours, and Psychic Powers. I got Endurance and Enfeeble. So not too bad, but could have been better. So anyway, let's take a look now at the Eldar army list.
Alright, and to combat the 1500 points of Tyranids, we have an Eldar force here. We have 2 units of 3 jet bikes. They're actually jet bikes, or warlock jet bikes proxying. It's just regular jet bikes, no cannons or anything. Then we have a unit of 10 warp spiders, a falcon. As you can see, the weapons are not there, and a night spinner, and we have a wave serpent with twin scatter lasers and stricken cannons, hollow fields. Another one with the exact same loadout, and inside of each one is a unit of guardians. One unit has 11, and we also have 2 warwalkers with bright lances on them. We have a unit of 6 swooping hawks with that large blast, and we have a unit of fire dragons. Haven't pulled these guys out in a long time. They're going to be riding in the Falcon. And leading the force, we have an Autarch on a jet bike with a mantle and a laser lance and a fusion gun. So yeah, it's kind of a strange list, something I haven't taken in a long time. So we'll see how it goes. Hive World against.
So now that we had a look at the armies, we're going to go ahead and roll for Warlord traits here. So I chose to go on Strategic. I figured that's the best way to go, and rolled, and I got a 1, Conqueror Cities, so this table should be good. Eldar rolled on Strategic as well. They got a 3, so that's Master of Ambush, so that's going to be good because he does have some outflanking units. As you'll see, the Warwalkers are outflanking. So now we're going to go ahead and roll for Game Type, Deployment, and Night Fighting. So in Basement Bat Rep, you'll see us commonly using this dice here. The gold and black one is our game type. The other black one is night fighting, and the kind of tan dice is deployment. So it's Purge the Alien, Hammer and Anvil, and there is night fighting. And so now we're going to roll, see deployment zone. So see if Tyranids could get the first choice here. So I got a 6, Eldar got 4, so yes, I do get to choose my table side. So we'll show you the deployment in just a moment. Now we're going to roll to see who deploys first. So I got a 5, strong roll again, and of course he gets a 6. So Eldar decided to go first, and just before we show you the deployment here, we're going to go over the table just so you can see what we're playing on here, know what the terrain looks like. So anyway, most everything we count here when playing is just area terrain for anything, little craters, and everything else is pretty much just runes. Just normal rules for them, of course, and the fence there, of course, in the middle is impassable. So now we're going to take a look at the deployment for both our armies. So over here on the right side of my table, from my perspective, I put the Flyrant with the Hive Guard and the Tervagon. I figure the Flyrant can fly up that way, hopefully can get me first blood. The Biovores in the back there, definitely hoping if the Flyrant can crack one of those Wave Serpents, they can clear any Guardians or Fire Dragons, whatever else they have there. I stuck the Parasite with the Gargoyles because they're the only unit that can keep up with him other than the Flyrant, but definitely don't want to run them together. Old One Eye and the Raveners there leading charge. So opposing me, you can see both the Night Spinners on the left-hand side of the table from my perspective, and the Autarch. And in the middle there, we got a one-wave Serpent and the other Wave Serpent's over there. Then the rest of his units are in deep striking or just coming in from reserve. So I roll to see if I can steal initiative, and nope, just a 3. So moving into Eldar turn 1, we're going to take a look now and see what the Eldar can do. So the first Wave Serpent's moving over, trying to get some line of sight down the middle firing lane, staying with the other one there, pulling to get first blood. The Night Spinner adjusts just again to draw a line of sight down towards the gargoyles, and the other Night Spinner moves over in between the two serpents. And the Autarch just kind of shuffles ahead in behind the runes there, taking some cover. So first shot of the game, the Night Spinner is shooting at my gargoyles. Of course, scores a direct hit and manages a couple wounds, and that's 4 of my gargoyles down right off the bat. Could have been worse, but I spaced them out pretty far as I knew they'd be a pretty good target. So now the Wave Serpent's firing at my Biobores. The blue dice there, it's a shield firing, so that's 6 shots with the shield. And they are twin linked because the Scatter Lasers did hit. So scoring a fair number of hits here, and a fair number of wounds well, but I do have the Conqueror City rules, so we'll see if I can withstand it, and nope, that's first blood. So there go my 2 Biobores, and the Eldar take the lead with 2 victory points. So now the Wave Serpent here, firing over at my Flyrant, but only rolls 1, so that's only 2 shots with the shield, and manages only 1 hit. I forgot to roll a wound there, but oh well. I saved it anyway, so that's good. And then the other Night Spinner is firing over at the Flyrant. No, sorry, this is the other 2 shots from the Serpent. From the bit of cannon on it, but that's a failed save, so that's 1 wound onto my Flyrant. And the Autarch now is just shuffling over, so the Eldar take the lead here with 2 victory points over the Tyranids, getting first blood and first kill of the game on the Biobores. So now let's see if I can come back here. So first I'm casting Endurance with the Zoanthropes over to Old One Eye. Now I figured that being Old One Eye charging up the field, he may get targeted and the power does go off, so I thought I'd best keep him alive, but turns out he kind of ignored him, as you'll see. Next I use Iron Arm, just being that I run 2 Zoanthropes. I found this allows me to get my majority toughness up, so that way it's not as easy to wound them, plus I can ignore those strength 8 shots that they come my way. So the Flyrant's going to cast Endurance onto the Hive Guard there, as they're quite commonly targeted first. I mean, they're really easy to blow up Wave Serpent. So my Flyrant flies up. Now I know his direction isn't proper here, but it's the only way I could actually get him to stay in the runes, but we both agreed that he's facing straight ahead there. So the Turbigon here is going to cast Onslaught over to the Hive Guard. Hopefully I can roll good on the run. And actually first here, Old One Eye, he moving through cover, as I do have to cast the Onslaught power during the shooting phase. I don't normally use the Codex powers, but I figured I'd test them out here, just mix things up a little. Raveners move ahead with Old One Eye, hoping to provide a little bit of shielding to him there, and plus hopefully take some heat for him. Then the Parasite and Gargoyles jumping ahead. All my fast units more assault oriented over there, trying to get up the field and cause a little bit of a disturbance. So rolling for my dangerous rolls. Oh, 1 Gargoyle does get a dangerous roll for the save, and nope, that's another Gargoyle down. So now I'm casting Onslaught over to the Hive Guard there. So casting that power, we'll see if it goes off. It does go off, so now my Hive Guard can run forward and still shoot. They can't assault though, as they don't have fleet. So I get 4 inches. I get them up there a bit. But see if I'm in range of anything. Might be enough, but I don't think. So I'm going to take some shots now at the Wave Serpents with the Flyer. I do need 3 6s, so pretty low chance I'm going to get it. So I score quite a few hits, and only 1 6 in there. So he rolls his Jinx save, which is 4 up thanks to Hollow Fields, and it's jinked. So nothing happens there. So next the Carnifex runs forward, and getting a 6, Old One Eye. But, so it's pretty solid up there, getting behind the runes. Raveners follow ahead with him, but I jumped them over that way just because I need them to get behind cover, and I do still have my Warlord alive, which is the Parasitic Mortex, if I didn't mention earlier, so just want to keep him alive. That way I can get a nice 3-up save. So Score at the end of the first turn, 2 points for the Eldar, 0 for the Tyranids, so off to kind of a slow start for me. Eldar's slinking away with first blood, so now we're rolling for reserves. So the Warwalkers are coming in. Also the Swooping Hawks. First unit of jet bikes does not come in. Next unit does, and finally the Warp Spiders do as well. So we're rolling to see what side the Warwalkers coming in. He chooses, so they're just coming in behind there by my gaunts in the back rooms. Hopefully too, to get some shots off at the Hive Guard and also just cause a backfield disruptions. So the Hawks come in there, they don't scatter. The Warp Spiders, do scatter and land in difficult terrain there, so that is going to be a bunch of dangerous tests. So now we're going to roll, see if anyone's wounded, and solid rolling, so no one's affected by the dangerous terrain. So the first unit of jet bikes moves over to take some shots at the flyer and hopefully ground him. Night Spinner moves over just to get shots at the Parasite and his gargoyles again. The other Wave Serpent risks it going up on the top of the runes there and rolls a 1, so he's immobilized, and that's a whole point off the Wave Serpent. The Autarch jumps back with the Night Spinner shifting around, so Swooping Hawks drop their bomb off as they come in, so right on top of the gargoyles, so scatters nothing because they are Ballistic Skill 4. Let's score quite a few hits there, so a bunch of my gargoyles go down, and yeah, that was pretty painful. So now the Swooping Hawks are going to take some shots over into the Parasite and its remaining gargoyles, so they get a fair number of shots. They are only strength 3, but I am still majority toughness 3 as well. So taking some saves now, doing a couple lookout surge. I took all the wounds on the Parasite, but then just lookout surge to take away all the gargoyles but 1, so it's just 1 gargoyle and the Parasite left. So one of the Wave Serpents now is taking some shots at old One Eye, so quite a fair number of hits there, and actually only gets 1 wound, or sorry, 2 wounds, and roll 2 6s, so old One Eye's good. Now the jet bikes are firing in, so they are twin links, so he gets to reroll them. So that's 2 hits so far, and only 2 hits. He needs 6s again to get that auto wound, and nothing. So now roll for the grounding test, and he's good. This Wave Serpent here now is going to take some shots at the Flyrant. He is fairly far away, so he doesn't get hit with all his weapons. The red is the scatter laser, so it does make some of the shots twin links, so that is 1 hit there. Rolling for the shield, and nothing yet, and nothing. So it's 1 hit with the sky laser and nothing, no wounds. Rolling for grounding and good again. Next, the Warp Spiders are battle focusing, and they get a 6-inch run. So they move over, and once you know it, they're going to take shots at the flyer. So quite a lot of shots coming out from them. They do pack quite a punch. So scoring a couple hits and rolling to wound. That is a 6, that's a rend, so that is an auto wound. And then I take my save for the other one, he's good. Now grounding test, and he's grounded. So then see if it wounds him. He does take a wound, so the flyer is now down to 1 wound and on the ground. Thankfully, there's nothing left with him to shoot except for the Warwalkers, but they're far away with their bright lances. So they battle focus using fleet to get 5 inches and fire at the Hive Guard, scoring 3 hits. 3 wounds, but I do have feel no pain on them, and no pain felt on 2 of them. So that's 1 wound onto the Hive Guard. Not too bad. Rolled pretty good there. And they battle focus back towards the cover in case the Hive Guard turn around, but then again they ignore cover. But either way, just to hide them back. So the last Night Spinner takes some shots at the gargoyles. It is indirect, so it does scatter the full distance and rolls and does wound the Parasite, but he is saved. And the Warp Spiders then do their jetpack move, or a warp jump or something. Anyway, they move around. And the jet bikes move around too, so they're shuffling back into the cover there. So the score at the end of the Eldar Turn 2 is 2 for the Eldar, still 0 for the Tyranids. So now moving into Tyranids Turn 2. So let's see if the Tyranids can come back. So I start casting Endurance from the Flyrant over to the Hive Guard again. So power goes off. They have Endurance again. Now I'm going to spawn some Gaunts. I figured it's time to shoot them out and hopefully take down the Warp Spiders. So I roll a solid number there, no doubles, so I think there was 13 or so there. So they come shooting out towards the Warp Spiders. Turbogon's then casting Catalyst, because you can cast that. You don't have to at any time during your movement phase. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm almost 100% on that, but I apologize if that was incorrect. The gargoyle moves back there, taking his dangerous, and he passes, so he's good. Just trying to get a kill point denial. Old One-Eye moves up, and these zoanthropes are going to move through cover. I'm going to send them out. My plan is to hopefully have them use Psychic Shriek to clear out the swooping hawks, and that way I don't have to worry too much about them. The Flyrant zooms or swoops ahead there, getting in position to get some rear shots on that Wave Serpent. Then send the Raveners up. Hopefully I can get rid of both those Serpents this turn. That's a huge pain or thorn in my side, I suppose is the correct way to say it. And Hiveguards shoot at the Warwalkers, score 2 pens and 1 glance. He does have a 5-up invul, so that's the 2 pens rolled for there. So 1 pen goes through, 1 glance, so 1 is dead for sure. See if I can get lucky and blow it up. Nope. So that's only 1 Warwalker gone. Next, the Gaunts fire into the Warp Spiders. I score a fair amount of hits and a fair amount of wounds. Should be able to kill one of them, and yeah, it is 1 Warp Spider down. They're a pretty tough unit to contend with really fast. And the Turvagon takes some shots over at the Warp Spiders, and he misses with everything. So now I'm going to cast Psychic Shriek over to the Swooping Hawks. I have 2 of them, so I mean, Psychic powers do have a lot of points of failure, but hopefully between the 2 they'll be good. So both go off, and no denial made, and both hit. Let's see what I can do. So that's a 2, 3, that's 5, 4, 9. Their leadership is 9, so that's not enough. This isn't looking good. The second roll, and nothing done. That's a little unfortunate, but what can you do? So now my Gaunts move through cover over to take some pot shots, hopefully to get really lucky and take care of that last Warwalker. So I take some shots here, get a couple of hits. I need 2 6s, so that'll do it for the Warwalkers. He does have his invul though, so that's 1, oh, and only 1. So he rolls, no invul made, so that's 1 whole point off, and he's got 1 left. So now my Flyrant fires into the back of the Wave Serpent there. Or sorry, that's the Falcon. I keep saying Wave Serpent. So he'll get a fair number of hits, and he gets his Jinx save, nothing made, and it explodes. So that is 1 point for the Tyranids, and the Fire Dragons come on out. Managed to kill off, leave 2 of them, yeah, 2 of them there. So now he's going to roll for his pinning to see if they're pinned, and nope, they're good. And they pass him around. So now I'm going to charge with the Parasite over at the Swooping Hawks. So they get a fair number of hits, a couple wounds there. So I'll see if I can save them all. So far so good. Nope, that's 1 wound to the Parasite, but that's not too big of a deal. It's still alive and easily makes a charge. So the Parasite's in there. Now the big thing here is I'm hoping to kill a few of them at least, and spawn some Rippers. That's the big thing I'm looking for. Now it is kill points, and I realize it might not be the best thing to spawn them with high strength barrage from the Night Spinner, but I do manage to kill 2 of them, but I figure why not? It'd be fun. That's the whole point of the Parasite, is so you can get lucky and spawn some Rippers. So they attack back and manage 1 hit but no wounds. So now the toughness test, that's 1 failed and 2 failed, so that's a bunch of Rippers coming. So I get 4 bases, and so that's 5 bases altogether. That's not too bad, and hopefully they can survive the next turn and get into combat to help the Parasite. So Old One-Eye attempts a charge into the Wave Serpent there, but he fails it. It was quite a long charge, but I was hoping just to get him up the field. The Raveners easily make their charge. They go in there. So now they're just going to go see what they can do. So roll, I need 6s. That's 3 6s. That is the end of that Wave Serpent. So that's another point for the Tyranids. So tying it up to 2, and the Guardians come out and they are pinned. So now the Turvagon's going to attempt to charge. It is through cover, so rolling good, and no. Looked good from the start, but and the Gaunts are going to charge it. He didn't overwatch the Turvagon, as he knew he probably wouldn't make the charge, but now he shoots the Gaunts. He gets 1 save, and that's 1 dead Gaunt. And now make the charge, and no, I fail it with the 2. So that's the end of the first part of our first bat rep. I hope you enjoyed it. Anything that we can improve on, please let us know in the comments. I apologize if we get any rules wrong. We're new to recording and doing this, so please enjoy and subscribe.